What is up, Quick Watch fam? It's your boy back again with another video. Today we're diving into a topic that's both fascinating and a little bit creepy. Last meal requests on death row. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always curious about what people would choose for their final meal. Would they go for something fancy, something comforting, or something totally out there? Well, get ready to have your minds blown because some of these death row inmates requested some seriously strange stuff. We're talking about meals that'll make you scratch your head, laugh out loud, and maybe even lose your appetite. But before we jump into the weird and wild world of last meals, make sure you're subscribed to Quick Watch HQ and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. First up, we've got James Edward Smith. This guy was sentenced to death in 1983 for a murder during a robbery. Now, you might expect someone in his position to request a feast fit for a king, right? Nope, not James. He wanted a lump of dirt. Yeah, you heard me right. Dirt. Now, there's a lot of debate about why he'd ask for something so bizarre. Some people think it was a symbolic gesture representing his desire to return to the earth. Others believe he might have planned to use the dirt to throw in the guards' faces as a final act of defiance. Whatever his reasoning, one thing's for sure, James Edward Smith's last meal request was about as strange as it gets. Next, we're talking about Victor Feguer, a man executed in 1963 for kidnapping and murder. His last meal request was a little less earthy than James Edward Smith's, but no less peculiar. He asked for a single olive with the pit still in it. Now, olives are usually associated with peace and victory, but that probably wasn't what Victor had in mind. The pit is where things get interesting. See, there's an old superstition that if you're buried with an olive pit, a tree will grow from your grave, symbolizing hope and resurrection. Was Victor hoping for a second chance? Or was he just messing with the system one last time? We'll never know for sure, but it definitely makes you think. Now, let's talk about Ronnie Gardner, a man who clearly knew how to treat himself, even on death row. Executed in 2010, his last meal was a real doozy. He requested steak, lobster tail, apple pie, vanilla ice cream, all pretty standard last meal fare. But here's where it gets interesting. He also wanted to watch the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. That's right, this guy turned his last meal into a full-blown movie marathon. I guess when you're facing the end, you might as well go out with a bang, right? It's a pretty unusual request, but hey, who am I to judge? Get ready to loosen your belts, folks, because Lawrence Russell Brewer's last meal was absolutely massive. This guy, executed in 2011, ordered enough food to feed a small army. We're talking 2 chicken fried steaks, a triple meat bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelet, a large bowl of fried okra, 3 fajitas, a meat lover's pizza, a pint of Bluebell ice cream, and a slab of peanut butter fudge with crushed peanuts. Seriously, where do you even begin with a spread like that? It's almost impressive in its sheer volume. Maybe he thought he could cheat death by eating himself into a food coma. Next up, we've got John Wayne Gacy, a name that sends chills down your spine. This notorious serial killer, executed in 1994, had a bit of a thing for KFC. See, before his crimes came to light, Gacy actually managed a few KFC restaurants. So it's no surprise that for his last meal, he requested a dozen deep-fried shrimp, a bucket of original recipe KFC, French fries, and a pound of strawberries. Maybe it was a taste of nostalgia, or maybe he just really loved that 11 herbs and spices. Either way, it's a pretty chilling reminder of who this guy was. After that heavy story, let's move on to something a little lighter. Timothy McVeigh, the Oklahoma City bomber, chose a surprisingly simple last meal before his execution in 2001, 2 pints of mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's it. No elaborate feast, no hidden messages, just a couple of pints of his favorite ice cream. Maybe he found comfort in the familiar, or maybe he just really loved mint chocolate chip. Whatever the reason, it's a stark contrast to some of the other requests on this list. Now this next one is a bit of a head-scratcher. Ricky Ray Rector, executed in 1992 for murder, requested a pretty standard last meal steak, fried chicken, cherry Kool-Aid, and pecan pie. But here's the strange part, he ate everything except the pecan pie. When asked why, he said he was saving it for later. Saving it for later? Did he not understand the concept of a last meal? Or was he clinging to some hope that there might be a later? It's a haunting detail that adds another layer of complexity to this already fascinating topic. Stephen Wayne Anderson, executed in 2002 for burglary, assault, and murder, had a last meal that could only be described as eclectic. He requested 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, a pint of cottage cheese, a hominy and corn mixture, peach pie, chocolate chip ice cream, and radishes. It's like he raided a buffet and just grabbed whatever caught his eye. From comfort food to something a little more adventurous, Stephen Wayne Anderson's last meal was a true smorgasbord of flavors. For our penultimate last meal, we've got Robert Alton Harris, who was executed in 1992. This guy went out with a bang, requesting a 21-piece bucket of KFC, 2 large Domino's pizzas, ice cream, a bag of jelly beans, a 6-pack of Pepsi, and a pack of Camel cigarettes. Talk about a last hurrah. It's like he was throwing a party in his cell. The mix of fast food, sweets, and cigarettes is definitely interesting. And it makes you wonder what was going through his mind as he made his final requests. And finally, we come to Angel Nieves Diaz, executed in 2006 for murder. Unlike the other inmates on this list, Diaz declined a last meal. He was subsequently served the standard prison meal, which consisted of whatever was being served to the general population that day. Some people believe he declined as a form of protest against his sentence, while others speculate he simply wasn't hungry. Whatever the reason, it's a poignant reminder that even in the face of death, there's no accounting for individual choice. Well, there you have it, Quick Watch fam. 10 of the strangest last meal requests on death row. From dirt to Domino's, these final meals offer a fascinating glimpse into the minds of those facing their final moments. What would you choose for your last meal? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Quick Watch HQ for more mind-blowing content, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Peace out.